and tell me how long you've been here and what you do.
I'm Jeff Hampton. I've been here 17 years and I'm the assembly manager.
I'm Jacob Crazebear. I'm the manufacturing engineer and I've been here 5 years almost.
I'm Albert Budd. Been here 22 years. I'm quality manager for Fort Scott.
Sean Marshall, I've been here 8.5 years. I do the maintenance and repair of the building and machinery.
Shane Johnston, fabrication manager, paint, carts. I've been here 29 years.
I'm Kevin Wagner, I'm a senior manufacturing engineer here, and I've been here 10 years.
I'm Colleen Quick, and I am the office/HR person and the logistics manager, and I've been here a year and a half.
My name's Rocky Caldwell. I've been here 16 years and I'm the buying agent.
All right, so how it all started was 30 years ago. Labconco was looking for a place somewhere around 100 miles around diameter away from Kansas City because their main location is on Prospect Avenue in Kansas City. And what they did is they came and they sat in a cafe in Fort Scott, Kansas, and sat there all morning listening to people. And what they found was it was some of the best people that they were listening to, so they decided to look for a property here, and they bought this building here, which at that time was Hinkley Manufacturing. So after talking with a lot of people, being introduced to a lot of different people, they decided that they would purchase it. In fact, at that time, there was a lady here named Joanne Hayes. They asked her if she'd like to come to work for them, but they couldn't tell her the name of the company yet. And she had worked for, she came with the building because she had worked with Hinkley Manufacturing Bottling for a long time. So it ended up that they did that. And at that time, the building was about 50,000 square feet. And then over the years, what happened in 1995, we added another 30,000 square feet to make 80,000 square feet. And then in 2012, we added another 40,000 square feet to basically take up the whole section on this side of the ditch is where it was. So Labconco builds laboratory equipment. The main product would be what you're seeing right down the middle there, and that's a laboratory fume hood. And the fume hoods we make anywhere from a 3-foot up to a 16-foot long hood. Our situation is if you want to buy laboratory equipment and you are high quality on-time delivery, you come to Labconco because that's what we do. If you want specials, we will do specials for you. In doing that, what happens is every hood could be different. So with every hood being different, our people have to know and understand blueprints. They have to know and understand wiring, plumbing, all of the things it does to put together. So we really have people that are knowledgeable and jack of all trades. In fact, what they do is they have computer modules at their stations, and they'll go on the computer and pick up the prints they need so that they can go ahead and build the product. And that's done daily. Our product goes all over the world. Somewhere between 25 and 30% of it will go overseas. So we've had big jobs that went to China. Mexico has bought a lot from us, but basically almost any country in the world we've sent something to. And a lot of times when you're in Fort Scott, Kansas, you don't realize that. So that's what we do. I think it's important to also understand the relationship between the city and the county and Labconco has always been good. We always feel comfortable. In fact, I really understand if they're in Kansas City and what they do versus what we do in Fort Scott, how easy it's made to be able to do what we need to do. So it's kind of time that we had to add the 40,000 square feet. We had issues with the sewer running down the back of it. We went to the city, figured out what it is. Each of us worked together to do that, and basically that's what it did. And what I'm saying is we're just glad to have partnership with the community and the city and county because it's been good for all of us. So right now, like most of us in town, we're looking for a few people, and labor's tight, but that's a good thing. In fact, so it means we're all busy at the same time. So if there's anybody who would like a tour afterwards, we'll give you a tour. How it works for us is in 2010 we bought a CNC laser. And what this laser does, it takes a piece of sheet metal, picks it up, sets it onto a table, takes the table, goes into the laser, cuts out the steel parts or stainless steel parts, come back out, pick those parts up and unload it, and that machine will work day and night by itself. So it won't take anybody to be here, but it all takes department managers, MEs, maintenance people to make sure that it's all gonna run okay. And it's really been a great learning experience for us all, because what happens is when you add technology, it makes everybody better. It elevates everybody to another level. So that's been a good thing for all of us. That was in 2010, 2012, we had 40,000 square feet, and then 2014, we added a $1.8 million powder coat paint system, which basically will take material, go wash it, dry it, go into a booth, and at that booth there's 10 paint guns that will paint it by itself. Or sometimes we need to have people in there painting, just depending on what it is. But it's a pretty amazing operation if you ever have a chance to take a look at it. So that's about all I have. If anybody would like a tour, we'll do tours after the coffee. If anybody has any questions.
What was the name of the diner them guys met at?
I don't know. I have to ask that question.
It had to be Boone's or something.
Hey, Mike,
Yes,
about how many employees?
52.
Thank you.
Yep. So we're a small group, but the deal with us is the amount of product that we put out is amazing. Our numbers are well for production for a small group.
Do you want to talk about the remodel up here and the mural that was done?
Sure. This year what we did is this room didn't look like this December of last year, and so we went in and we've redone all of it. And if you even notice, like the TV screens on the back, what we do now is we have all our meetings and stuff right up here, and it's all done. So it's nice to hook up to the computer. We used to have a projector. We don't need that anymore. If you look at the mural, basically what it shows is in 1925, there were two guys, Breff Calloway and Philip Goldfish, that went and put together an apparatus to look at the protein content of corn. So that's how Labconco started. Was at that time we were trying to figure out the protein content depending on how much money you would pay for your corn at that time. So through the years, it changed, and basically it shows all laboratory and all the different years in between it. But basically, it went from for almost 90 years, 93 years right now. So, and it's all privately held. Also a situation where the corporate guys will come down, go on the floor, come and see us regular. It's all good. So there are people that are real approachable, and there are people that I think the most important is our associates, and we're just blessed to have that. It's also shown because basically over the last 8 years, they've added over $4 million worth of capital to the plant. So in reality, one thing you say is they like it, everything's all good, but the real deal is that they're adding money back to the plant, which really adds to the community. It's all good. So. Sure.
I just noticed the tenure of your group that you brought up here.
Right.
And the longest term one, I think, is a fellow liberal high school graduate. We used to run around together, and I'm proud of how long he's been here at St. Johnston. 29 years? Yeah.
And he's a good one. He knows his processes and product very well. All right, anything else?
Do you want to mention what open positions you're calling for?
Currently what we have is a welding position and an assembly position is what we have. So.
You have a drawing?
Yes, we have a drawing. Colleen's in charge. There we go, drawing.
Oh, all right.
And if you see, like Colleen Seidel, she does so darn many different things. Sorry, it's not just one. And that's the way we all do it. If something gets done, we're just going to grab up and do it all together because we're a small group.
All right.
And somebody.
I'll let Kurt.
He's going to pick his own name out. That's okay.
So this one will be for the big basket here with all the goodies.
So this kind of excludes me, right, from winning anything?
Yeah, it does.
Gina Shelton.
Come
on down.
All sorts of goodies in there. The Labconco mugs. All right. And we have one more that has some nice barbecue rubs. The Labconco and a $15 Price Chopper card. So we will, I'll have Jolene on this one, so maybe you'll get a chance to.
Yeah, it's only fair.
No. Gail Nelson.